Today is Human Values Day, and joining me now from the Cornell Interfaith Partnership are John and Usha. Welcome.
Hi.
All right.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining me, guys. So let's talk, first of all, a little bit of background about Human Values Day.
Well, last year we had the city do a proclamation of Human Values Day, and so we gave some background, and Usha can fill in a little bit about that. But this year we decided that probably the city has a lot of things to do, and they don't need one more administrative task to do a proclamation. So we wanted to do something a little bit different. But in terms of where it started, maybe Usha, you could fill that in.
I don't know where to start really, but as we strongly believe in practicing human values because we are all members of the same family.
Absolutely. So maybe we can elaborate a little bit more on what exactly human values are. I mean, this is something that that transcends religion, race, gender, all of these different facets. So what are human values?
Okay, the first value is truth. There are 5 human values. They are universal. Every religion follows those. The first one on my list is truth. The second one is right conduct. Third one is love. And fourth is peace. And the last one is nonviolence. And actually, love comes in the middle. This is number 3. So all these 5 human values they go around love. If you have love, you have peace. If you have peace, you have nonviolence. And truth is always there. So this is where the human values stand. And as I said, we are all members of the same family, bound by the religion of love.
Absolutely, and those are such beautiful sentiments. So let's talk about how they apply today. We know that the world right now is just in a crazy place, but those 5 tenets certainly are applicable to us today. So let's elaborate on that.
Well, yeah, I thought that it was perfectly aligned in a way because during this pandemic, all of those human values are brought into our daily practice. If we're going to get through this, we really have to bring those into our day-to-day lives.
Absolutely, and I think this is something that not just today, but is always on the front of mind for the Cornell Interfaith Partnership. So let's talk a little bit more. I know we had 2 of your colleagues earlier this week talking about the partnership, but let's talk about you guys and how you put these values into play all the time.
See, we started teaching human values to elementary school teachers. This was a long time ago. Actually, 2006 was my first encounter at Amos Cornell Public School. That's where I started teaching. Actually, I was volunteering there. And then in 2006, I think it was when Virginia State Massacre happened. And everybody was so upset. What are we doing wrong? Why are our students, why is our young people turning to violence? And then I mentioned to them, I used to volunteer at Amos Cornell Public School, and the principal asked, she was talking to me, and I said, I have a program that I teach to Sunday school children. And so she said, I'm interested to know, Usha. So anyway, I loaned my curriculum book. And so she was very, very impressed by the program. This is a program that was designed by a British teacher, and they have been using it in England. And it was very successful. And I showed her the program. And so Cynthia Sige was the principal at that time. And so she said she's very much interested. This goes very good with the character education program at the board level. So anyway, I said, no problem. And so in September, I started teaching, and I few classes only. And then those teachers were so impressed by the program that I could have only few classes because alone I could not handle the whole school. And the ones who were not getting it, they said, my class can gain a lot. So that's how it ripple effect.
Well,
and yeah,
that
that is the beginning of the education in human values at Amos Scott.
Wow, and that is certainly wonderful, and I'm sure it made a big impact. So I just want to finish off, and maybe each of you just briefly could tell me the one thing that you want our viewers to take away from this interview and from Human Values Day, the one thing that you'd like to stick with our viewers, and maybe John, you can start.
Well, I think that really the as Usha had said right at the beginning, is the whole concept of love really wraps around the other values. And if we keep that in our mind, we can think about our fellow human beings, think about and have some empathy for them, compassion, and get through this this period, this particular year. Of course, we want to encourage human values for many years ahead, but this year in particular, if we keep love in our hearts, that we can get through this, and just don't get too far off track when it comes to thinking about some of the problems that we have today. Just keep our hearts in a loving way.
Very well put. And Usha, what would you like our viewers to take away from today?
Okay, I would say that we all start our day with love, spend the day with love, fill the day with love, and end the day with love. This is my take. Love is the way only.
And what a beautiful way to end on. I'd like to, on that note, thank you both so much for joining me and for enlightening our viewers on Human Values Day. And I wish you both the best of luck as we continue on and try to put a little bit more love into our daily lives.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gabe.